Good morning. It is here as I record the next video, part 5 I think, which may be in multiple steps, multiple stitched together parts as I figure out how to get the airbrush going. So just a quick rundown of the stuff that I've got ready. The cockpit is now, well, enough underway for me to want to start spraying and getting some colour onto this now. Cowling ready to go, the floor of the cockpit ready to go, with the, as you can see here, the rider pedals. So I've given it all a base coat of primer. So what I'm planning to do now is to give everything a once over with dark grey, and see how that goes. We do need to thin it down, I think. From what I understand, really it's better to thin down your Tamiya paints for airbrushing with thinner. I'm using the X20A thinner, but people make their own. People use all sorts of different other kinds of thinners, but I'm just going to go with the Tamiya product because, let's face it, enough things can go wrong without me messing up with the homemade thinner. I'm going to make up, I don't have any droppers currently, so I'm going to give it a go, just a bit of bucket chemistry here and mixing up approximately 2 parts paint to 1 part thinner just by eyeballing it. I understand Tamiya is pretty forgiving, so we'll see how that goes. Going to be using an Iwata airbrush, the Neo, so it's kind of, I think, pretty much an entry-level, decent quality airbrush, not too expensive. Haven't done too much airbrushing really, so this is kind of a little bit of a look-see to how it works. Oh, look, you can see my reflection there. And then here is the pump with the canister underneath and the compressor there. So what we'll do is I'll start mixing up some paint. I will switch this switch on. Get that. So it's pretty quiet. Get that filling up with air. Now I can't really use the. I'm going to see if I can use the clamp arm for the phone camera. It's in a bit of a dodgy spot at the moment. I haven't readjusted it, so we'll see how we go. Anyway, that's kind of the idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get my paint set up and see if I can, see if we can get this show on the road. Okay. Oh yeah, so kind of set up the camera in a pretty dodge spot there, but we'll see how we go. I have given this a bit of a stir. So what I'm going to do, rather than putting it straight into the airbrush reservoir, I'm just going to put a little bit in here first. Like so. We don't need much. I'll probably put too much in, but it's better to have a bit too much than not enough. Then I'm just going to guesstimate the quantity of the thinner based on how much of this I've got in there. So this I'm just going to put in, try not to spill it everywhere. Yeah, it's managed to spill a bit. But I've just put a bit in, a dash. So once I get my droppers, I'll be able to do this a lot more accurately. But I just want to give it a go and let's just see how forgiving this stuff actually is. So I'll give this a mix. As you can see, I've managed to spill the thinner everywhere. Alright, that's thinned it down a bit. Some people don't apparently thin this stuff down at all, but so anyway, we'll see how we go. Like I say, we're not spraying much today. And then what I just want to do is pour a very ample amount in there, I have to say. It's more than what we'll need. Okay, now let's give it a go in terms of the spray. So we'll just test out on the cardboard at the back here. Okay, we've got some paint coming through, that's good. Doesn't seem to be too thin. So no time like the present, just make sure that's in somehow in shot. You might not see too much of that, but we'll give it a go. So we'll do this part first, and then we'll do the base. Just some light sprays. And that was not really a very good spot to put it. So we'll try it this way. Ah, shit. I knew that was going to happen. We probably need to stick that down with something. Alright, tell you what. We'll leave that one for now. We'll do one which isn't going to move quite so quickly. Although this one's probably going to scoot across the damn thing as well, isn't it? Alright, so what are we going to do here? See, oh yeah, look at that, that's blowing across. Give me a second. Let me get a glove. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get some Tamiya tape, stick this little sucker down with that. It should hopefully at least hold it in position while we do this. Alright, let's try again. Make sure we've got some airflow, some paint flow. There we go. Okay, there seems to be a way. Okay, so we're missing just in there. Now I'm just going to pop that in there, hopefully it doesn't fall off. I don't actually have an airbrush holder either. So I've just dodgied one up from one of the Tamiya turntable doohickeys. So this one will hopefully now have some degree of stickedness. But we can always hold it with our finger as well. So I'm just going to give the bit that I just airbrushed a few seconds to dry. And then give it another quick coat. Give this one a go. Now actually I've got some other sprues that I prime it up. that actually I should be airbrushing as well. Me and my infinite wisdom didn't get them organised. So let's dig them out now. So we've got, let's just lift this up. Let's make sure we get coverage in there. Now this part here I want to do too. Okay, I think I want to do this bit as well. Let's do it anyway. That'll need some touching up. This bit I think needs to be done as well. Why not? Alright, that's pretty good. Ooh, I know which other bit needs to be done. That would be this little jobby. The cockpit instrument panel. That needs to be done too, so let's making it up as we go along. Stick this down. There we go. That'll do. How much more do we have in there? I've really just put the lid on this just to stop the evaporation, particularly with the thinner, because I'm working here in Brisbane summer, so we have quite a high degree of heat and humidity. Alright. So I'll give this one more coat. Just try and get in underneath there. That's pretty good. This one I'll give, actually I want to do that as well. That part's black, I think. This part I think will be grey too. I want to get just at least enough painted so that I can do some assembly. Yeah, looking good. Give this another coat. Nice. I am expecting to do a bit of touching up after this, once the pieces get put together. Instrument panel. Okay, that's pretty good. One more going over. Now this jobby I want to make sure I get underneath. Oops, yeah, that's no good. Alright, I think I'm pretty happy with that. This is actually going to be painted mostly a different colour anyway. Just get the last of this done. So I want to get underneath there. So I get all the nooks and crannies. Sweet. Alright, so that can sit there. One more for the instrument panel. Okay, so that's pretty much the airbrushing done. All I'm going to do now... Gee, I've just gone and bought some droppers. Who needs them? Just mix it up in the cup. Just going to tip that out there. Like so. Probably just going to get rid. Just going to bin that. Actually, I don't need to paint any more, do I, at the moment? Nah, I don't think so. So that'll do for that. Then we just need to clean out this this thing. So I'll just move all of the components out. Actually, this could probably do with another once over. Give that a go as well, why not, while we're at it. That's cleared out the paint anyway. So then I'll just move all of the bits out of here so they don't get messed up in the cleaning process. Like so. Right, now what do we need? We need so all I'm going to do is just run some cleaning fluid that I've made up. Run that through. Now I only had this set at about 20 psi, so quite low air pressure. Let's bubble that up. Go. Okay, that looks pretty clean now. All right. One last run through. Okay, all right, well, let's make sure that runs clear. There we go. All right, that's the first lot of airbrushing done. Pretty quick, pretty dirty, but it just goes to show there's not really that much to it. Okay, alright, so the next video we'll be putting together the components and doing maybe a little bit of brush painting. So until next time, I'll catch you then. Welcome back. Just a very quick sort of end the video. Just wanted to, after having a look at what I just recorded, you really couldn't see much of the detail of what I was doing, so I thought I'd just do a quick final few seconds to show you the product of that spray. So we've got pretty good coverage. I did miss, well, not miss, but I knew it was going to be a pretty hard spot to get in, but right down underneath the seat bucket, right at the front there, you can almost not really even see it, but there's a little bit underneath there that the spray didn't get into, but that's okay. I'll just maybe put some brushwork into that later, but pretty good coverage. I just love the way the airbrush gives a nice, clean paint. Brush is great, don't get me wrong, but just for that consistent look, it looks great. And then there's the instrument panel, so I'm looking forward to getting to work on that one. And then we have, of course, the cowling which will go over the top of there. Now you'll see soon why I've not stuck that on already, but that'll be in the next video or two presumably. Anyway, just wanted to give you a quick close-up of the job that I've just done.